Everybody talks about building a personal brand as a founder in 2026. And the truth is, not a lot of people know what it means. Should I post on X? Should I post on LinkedIn? Is Instagram or Facebook better? Should I run ads first? Should I build organic first? How do you actually build a profitable personal? If I said to you, you should run ads first and then do organic, would I be telling the truth? Or maybe I say you should be posting on LinkedIn for 6 months before you start cold email. Which one's right? The thing about it is there is a way to go about doing this that can work for every single founder, and you don't have to guess about it anymore. You can just follow this plan that I'm about to lay out, and I'm going to give you the honest truth about it because you need to make an informed decision based on the things that you're doing well in your business already. Now I'll go ahead and cut straight to the chase. Building a personal brand as a founder is the strongest asset that you can create for the next 20 years, is the strongest asset that you can create in our lifetime. We've seen it play out that AI is starting to make everybody able to build something no matter what. Coding is no longer an obstacle to creating an app and launching it. But what's happening is everybody is starting to create, and not a lot of people have distribution. We just saw OpenAI and Sam Altman purchase TBPN. Why? Because they realized that trust is the only moat that's left in our market. And the guys that are hosting TBPN are very trusted, even though they have from an outside looking in, a very small footprint in a small distribution channel. But their distribution channel follows the core principle of building a profitable personal brand, and that's owning a certain lane. My dad told me when I was growing up that he had a guy for everything. Our AC broke, he had a guy. We needed our car fixed, he had a mechanic. We needed X, Y, Z, you name it, my dad had a guy for it. And when I started back 5 years ago building my own personal brand, I slowly, then quickly found out, what if I was that guy? What if I was the guy that every time somebody thought about building a personal brand, Clifton Sellers was the first name to pop up? And then when people started reaching out to me, I started realizing that everybody needs a guy. Everybody needs a lawyer. Everybody needs an accountant. Everybody needs a CRO agency, an ads agency, an SEO. Somebody needs help scaling their C-suite execs. Somebody needs help with every single thing in their life. And so when we started thinking about how do we actually construct a strategy for founders, we thought, what if we made them the person in their industry? What if we made them everybody's guy or girl? And so when you start thinking about content in that way, to build a profitable personal brand, the first thing you need is to own a lane. If you read the last 100 posts that I posted on X or LinkedIn, it wouldn't take you long to know that I love organic content and I love building personal brands for founders, doing over 2 million a year. And I'll do it through building out content systems, go to market systems through DMs, all the things that are required for people to win on social media. So step one is owning your lane. The next, and this is where a lot of people make the mistake, is not optimizing for virality. Let's say you pick the next Claude viral article on X or the giveaway on LinkedIn, and you get thousands and thousands and thousands of comments and likes. Well, the odds of those people actually being people that want to work with you, that want to know, like, and trust you in order to buy from you are very small. The chances that your account starts getting flooded with people that you don't even want to be in network with are very high. And so your content actually has a job. And that job is to sell before you do. The way you do that is really 3 pillars. You need authentic content that proves who you are, right? It needs to tell your story, how you started your business, why you believe in the things you do, why you're so passionate about the problem you solve. Then you need authority-driven content, case studies, trending topics that you can provide context with on how people can win in your niche. How can I use Claude to do SEO? How can I use ChatGPT to better my fitness program? How should I be looking at filing my taxes with AI? And why do I need to hire a CPA in the first place? The thing that pains me the most about a lot of our founders is they have 5, 10, 20 years of experience, but they're letting inferior competitors beat them every day because those people are just showing up more consistently. And I don't want to get taboo here. And I don't want to start talking about, oh, just post every day and show up consistently. Because after you pick a lane to own, and after you start doing that authenticity, authority, entertaining content about things, trending articles, and things that you're truly passionate about, the next thing is you need all the systems behind content that actually compound over time when done right. Because content is just the price of entry. So first, you need content going out every day, consistent, written, graphic, video. You need all these modalities because people are only a portion of your audience is going to see it. And so when somebody lands on your profile, especially if you're running ads, especially if you're running cold email or any other lead gen activity, cold calling, LinkedIn outreach, they're going to view your profile and they're going to make a snap judgment of whether they should trust you or not trust you. And if you have no content and no idea who you are, they're probably not going to respond. And so the system that you set up is content going out daily, graphic, written, video. You need connection campaigns going out across your platforms. Either you, a team member, need to be in there actively engaging on the timeline, reaching out to your target prospects, pushing pipeline traffic forward. Because a lot of people that I see make the mistake of organic content is they post and they sit back and they wait. They wait for somebody to come out to them. And in the market that we're in right now, it rewards the people that set themselves up to be known, liked, and trusted, and have the systems to actually get in front of the people that they want to be in network with, whether it's from an investor standpoint, a client standpoint, or simply just trying to increase your service level of luck by knowing more people. And so after you have those systems, it's all about looking at the analytics and not getting bored. The number one things that kills personal brands is people realizing that you are going to repeat yourself a lot and you get tired of your message way before anybody else does. And so you need to realize that when you're doing content, there are going to be core things that you repeat over and over again, but you have to remind your audience who you are. You have to remind your audience of the problem you solve. And so after you create this flywheel of content, outbound systems, and all these things, you're going to start seeing not only your organic presence grow, you're going to see customer acquisition costs come down, you're going to see sales cycles shorten, and you're going to see that slowly but surely you become the undeniable leader in your vertical. And that's the goal. The goal is to be known, liked, and trusted. And to build a profitable personal brand in 2026, you need a strong profile, you need consistent content going out, you need to be active on the platform, and you need to continue to build your network and your surface level of luck. And the way to do that appears in a lot of different ways, but I'm going to give you my entire flywheel right now, and you can just copy it. Every day I post across social media. It's a mix of video, written, graphic. That funnels into my landing page that if people are willing and qualified to work with me, they apply and I meet with them and see if they're a fit. The next thing I do is I build my own asset. Every week I release Executive Summary, which is our newsletter that we publish in-house at Legacy Builder that goes through the trends in the markets, how to build a profitable personal brand, everything you need to learn. So now I have the social, I have that newsletter, and then every week on YouTube, I post a video just like this, helping my audience learn and why this problem is important and why somebody like me, a guy that's built over 500,000 follower audience, has built multi-million-dollar agency on the back end of my personal brand. And on top of all that, a year ago, I launched Meta Ads. Now, why did I wait 3.5 years and millions of dollars later to launch Meta Ads? Because organic was enough for me to scale my business. Then I realized that I wanted to get in front of more people, but I had already set up the strong foundation that is my personal brand and organic content. So one of launching Meta Ads, I was already profitable. People were getting on calls with me saying, I've seen your content. I've been following you for years. I want to know more about you and I want to work with you. And we've scaled rapidly over the last year by getting Meta Ads going. So if you have Meta Ads going already, or if you have a cold email campaign, or if you have a cold call center, the best thing you can do for yourself in 2026 is start building a personal brand as a founder, because it's an asset, unlike Meta Ads, that isn't necessarily going to have a direct attribution or ROI, but it's going to be part of your overall calculation for the success and revenue of your business. And once you see it at that and you don't treat it like a performance marketing metric, like a lot of founders do, they go in and they're like, I need to be able to draw a perfectly straight line between my personal brand and revenue. That is not the way to think about it. Every time you post, every time you build trust, every time you reach out on a DM, every time you get a connection request, every time you send a newsletter, every time you post a YouTube video, you are depositing trust, not only for yourself, not only for your business, but every single person that is representing you in your business. And because of that, you are going to start gaining so much ground on your competition that one day you're going to look up and everybody's going to be chasing you. So if you're ready to get started in 2026, you want to build a personal brand, first start building on social, launch that newsletter we talked about, work your way up to videos just like this, and make sure you have a system not only to post content on a regular basis, but to reach out to people and build that network. And then also the systems to capture attention on the back end, which is email sequences, everything that you already should have as a business. Every successful successful business is already prepped to benefit from organic content. You just have to start. The sooner you start, the sooner you will feel the compounding nature. Now, this week, if you want just the simplest way to start possible, you need to sit down and you need to think, what are the 5 subjects that I love talking about? And they can be about your business, they can be personal, they can be all these things. Write down those 5 subjects and then think through 3 storylines under each subject. ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Gemini, all of them are great thought partners on this. But don't fall into the trap of outsourcing your brand to AI, because what happens is it gets repetitive and it lacks context. And you need to think through your messaging month after month, and they need to be tied to the outcomes that you have for yourself and your business. So as you go through that, prepare that document and then commit to writing posts 3 days a week online. Go ahead and launch your newsletter. I personally enjoy Beehive. They're a great platform. They help you do newsletters, digital products. They just launched a new podcasting feature. They're a great company to partner with for your newsletter. And then eventually you're going to have so much content that it makes so much sense to go ahead and start launching YouTube. So launch your YouTube channel, start solving the problems. It's not rocket science, but it isn't light switch that you just flip on. Building a personal brand takes intentionality, and every founder should be doing it. So go ahead, start doing it yourself. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. And if you want a team to come around you that understands the systems, can build that strategy for you, it can help you execute at a high level, click the link below. We'd love to talk to you about your strategy at Legacy Builder.